My name is Chris Mead,
My name is Brianna Mead.
and we have two children, age 11 and 9. Zoe is the oldest, and Caden is the younger.
We've been coming to the Peak for about 4 years now. Personally, when I joined the Peak, I was coming off of a year of really not wanting to go to church at all, and feeling like I had lost home for me with church because I was in a church that was just a really difficult place to be, and I was already struggling with my son who had colic and just a lot of postpartum depression. And so I went through a year where I told Chris, I'm not going to church anymore, like at all. I just have no plans to do that. But I also felt a lot of shame about that at the time, and it was hard. And so Chris came to the Peak one day, just kind of off, just an idea of just wanting to try a church, and I made him go alone because I was like, I'm not going with you. And he came home, and I'll never forget when he walked through the door and he was like, Brianna, like, this is the place. I found it. I finally found it, and I want you to come with me and see what I saw and be where I am. And when we came to the church, one of the things that surprised me is I had taught children's church in the previous church that we were at. And I remember going in every day and opening the curriculum and thinking, oh, Chris, and I would say to Chris, I said, we have to teach about how God's mad again, and we have to tell them that he's just so annoyed with us, but we can fix it maybe if we, are kind, and if we do the right things, and if we, plead with God, if we're sorry enough. And so when I came to the Peak and we started the curriculum at the Peak, I would come in just bouncing and smiling every single time we'd open the curriculum, and it would be about God's love and his compassion and how much he enjoyed us. It changed me, because as I started teaching these lessons and telling kids, God loves you, and seeing their eyes light up and seeing them get so excited to know this message, I felt like it reverberated kind of back like a wave into myself. And because of that, me, this kind of hardened, sometimes having hard time trusting God, not sure about God's love for me, tentative, has gone from being that way to just letting that love that the kids believe in really envelop me in a way. Those were messages I didn't 100% believe or know before I started teaching children's church, because I wasn't in the place where those messages resonated as much as they did when I started teaching it and getting it kind of pushed back into me.
When thinking about service to the church, specifically with children's ministry, it seemed hard that it was going to be a gift to be able to serve, an opportunity to be able to serve. However, after doing this for years now, doing it every month, I have seen the fact that kids can grow in a way where it seems like it's going to be lasting. And I'm confident that there's lasting messages and there's lasting spiritual skills that are being developed. The lives of the children that were connecting with our own children and the community were being impacted in that space in a way that it became from a service to a real gift to be able to pour into those kids' lives in the way that the children's ministry allows for us.